Long ago, the mariner saints shaped the seas, each a master of a primal truth. Depth, storm, current, horizon, hunt, song, and shell. When they vanished, their relics, the seven sigils, were lost, and the seas fell into chaos. Islands shifted, storms rose, and new dangers arose. Now kings, pirates, and heroes chase the sigils to claim the sea itself. And one crew dares to rise above the storm. This is their story.
Blarney is a leprechaun so small, with a love 10 feet tall. Me wifey Blarney's a Goliath, I ain't bluffing. Aye, she's fierce as the sky, and I'll climb till I die. Oh, they don't call me Mr. High Standards for nothing.
My name's Cal, the lucky son. Eggs are for surviving as the only one. That monster killed one brother, but I'll be back to kill him once I find the other.
I'm Jackson Hydell, two souls in one. I bear a cursed past from father to son. One face calm, one wild and free. The sea holds secrets, and secrets hold me.
Opportunity arose for a man to sail the seas, and that man can only be known as Gully. To spread the pride of Husk, sing their name from dawn to dusk. Let it ring through every mountain, peak, and valley.
And this is divine inspiration.
We did it, guys. We did it. Or should I be speaking like a pirate?
I don't know. Are you a pirate?
Are you ready for the great sea song?
Let's go.
Anyways, is the music off over here?
It should be.
There it is. Now we're in the mood.
Thunderstorm.
Hello, friends. Woo. Hello, family. Viewers and adventurers and explorers and sailors and pirates alike. Welcome. Welcome to Divine Inspiration. We are so happy to be back. So excited. We have something brand new and fresh for you guys. We hope that you guys enjoy it. I have a couple announcements today. A few announcements.
All right.
So we are a little bit short-staffed here on Divine Inspiration today.
Why, Manny?
Because Javi, our production guy, had a child recently, and he's still out.
Hey, babies.
So we have David running production behind the booth and with a green screen pretending he's at the table with all of us.
Yeah! Green screens.
Also, we got news that a great sailor has made a board on the world of Earth. When did it actually happen? 2 days ago?
2:49 p.m. on yesterday.
Wow.
Yesterday, Tristan's son was born. Come on! Hey!
There we go.
So he was going to risk it for the biscuit and be here with us if she hadn't given birth. But they now have a beautiful child. It's Grayson Elijah Castro,
beautiful.
Right?
Yes,
amazing, amazing. So that's one of the announcements that we have. Another announcement that we have. Oh, and yes, for that reason, we're not going to have Tristan here with us. His character might be introduced a little bit later. We'll see. We'll see. Regardless, we now have multi-stream.
Yep.
We have enough bandwidth
Yep.
for multi-stream, guys.
We're not on just one
multi-stream.
stream.
We
One
are
stream
not
at a time.
on just Moonbeam right now. We are on Moonbeam, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Kick, Rumble, everything at the same time.
This stream is sponsored by
At the
AT&T
same
Fiber.
time. And we're not losing any frames.
Nice.
Not a single frame loss.
I didn't know
Thank
what that
you.
meant 2
Thank
years
you,
ago.
Nick. Yeah. Thank you, Nick, so much for holding it down with amazing internet. And thank you, Quantum Fiber, for helping us
Sponsored by
out.
AT&T. We're waiting for the check.
So, aside from that, another little announcement that we have is you guys, I'm sure, have seen... Oh, did we switch maps?
Nope.
Okay. You guys have seen the new opener that we have. New opener for this campaign, The Great Sea Song. It's going to be the most ridiculous campaign of bards going on a sea adventure that you will ever probably watch.
I hope so.
But there's a few fun little things in the opener. So I have a challenge for you viewers. I have a challenge. There are 2 main Easter eggs. There are 2 more that you will not know until later. But there are 2 main Easter eggs that I challenge each of you to try and find. It's almost like you're also on a treasure hunt.
Oh, interesting.
Wow. You're
Except treasure's
joining the
not
crew.
worth
Welcome to the crew. So, I challenge you to find 2 Easter eggs in the opening sequence. Just watch it 100 million times. Try to find them.
Are you saying what it is?
I will give you slight hints. One of them is a picture that has to do, a very vague hint, has to do with our main campaign, The Four Horsemen.
Okay.
All right.
Where is it? Well, you have to point it out. You have to point it out. And you comment in the comments, message us on Instagram, Facebook, wherever, and let us know if you find that Easter egg. Now, the other one is not tied to the Divine Inspiration show at all, but it's tied to our personal lives. And it's just a fun little out of place, but very dear to our hearts Easter egg that I will not tell you what it is, but you must find it and tell us what it is somewhere in the opener. It just feels really out of place.
Okay.
You'll see. Feels really out of place. But it's hilarious nonetheless. We love it.
I know what that is, and I still can't find it.
He knows what it is. He's still looking for it. But I will say this. There is a prize for the first 3 people
Ooh.
that find this treasure.
Is it gold?
We all wish, don't we?
Chocolate gold.
In fact, if you are one of the first 3 adventurers to find this Easter egg, or these Easter eggs, we will place your names in the campaign
Ooh.
as NPCs somewhere in the world. You
Nice.
could maybe be a pirate.
Nice.
You could maybe be a sea monster. Who knows? Who knows?
Or a rock.
You could be a pet rock. That would be
Nice.
incredible. But regardless, you are going to be a part of the lore of Allura.
Cool.
And maybe Dalanore. But that's the new continent. We haven't even announced that. Dalanore is the starting continent of this sea voyage. Unfortunately, I had to flesh out the entire world. We're not just stuck in Arendor anymore because they're going on a great sea adventure. So, anyways, I think that's enough for announcements. Anybody have anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
Excited to get started.
Good with announcements? We have not yet tested these new characters. So we're about to do it fully live right now together.
That's my announcement. I don't play any of the instruments that I pulled out for this.
That's amazing.
And I request some grace from me because I'm doing 3 jobs at the same time right
Correct. He is. He's running the stream map. He's running production, and he's playing his character right now. So, Javi, we miss you dearly.
Yep.
Dearly.
And I'm wearing this hat, which, based on how tight it is, could be a job all in itself.
Really, he's a man who wears many hats. But I'm
That's right. That's
we go.
right.
Just one more hat to wear.
I love it. It's so good to be back, guys. It's so good to be back. 2 weeks was too long. Too long. But nevertheless, get comfortable. Grab your family, your friends, gather them close, and sit around as we tell tales by no other than divine
inspiration.
inspiration. Before crowns rose on marble cliffs, before pirates carved thrones from wreckage and rumor, sailors told of the great song, the rhythm of the tides, the voice of the depths, the memory of every ship ever swallowed by the sea. Some call it myth. Others say it hums still, in places where no chart dares to reach. Now, in Allegoré, land of marble ruins and windswept glory, whispers stir again of lost relics and vanished vessels. For the sea gives, and the sea takes. This morning, the southern port of Mervin's Point bursts awake. Dawn light spills across alabaster quays, and sea glass lanterns still glowing faintly from the night. The square fills with fragrance and sound. Frying fish, buttered corn cakes, gulls crying above, lutes and drums tuning on balconies. Tents rise in stripes of red and gold. Jugglers toss knives, merchants cry wares, and a tide of voices swells with the promise of spectacle. For today, the Silurian, the jewel of the deep tides, is expected in harbor. Nobles, scholars, emissaries, and sailors crowd the crescent quay in anticipation, their silks and banners snapping in the salt wind. Even the tide-bound court has stepped from their marble halls to preside. And among the revelry stand 4 bards. Strangers to some, rivals to others, each carrying their own secrets, griefs, and songs. This morning, their voices join in chorus, woven into the hum of Mervin's Point. And that is where we will start our adventure.
Let's go.
So, we're going to be introducing each character individually. And we are going to start with none other than Blarney O'Clock.
Blarney has many last names. Many know him as Blarney O'Clock, Blarney McQueen, Blarney Dublin, Blarney... He have many nicknames. They don't call him the many nickname fella for nothing. And you'll hear that a whole lot. Little thing about leprechauns, very important to Blarney, and you'll hear lots about this, is that they are a rare breed. They are hard to come by. And it's not that they're dying out so much. It's more that they're breeding out. You see, leprechaun men don't tend to prefer leprechaun women. They like women of a higher stature. And what you've seen over the years is the decline in their population as they marry taller and taller women. As the heights go up, their population goes down. But our friend Blarney is he's a little past middle age, little chap, about 2 feet tall, reddish beard, but it's starting to gray. But when leprechauns beard, or when their hair grays, it actually turns a sort of a green. But he doesn't ever wear green. It's a curious thing. Every leprechaun you've ever heard of wears green, but he doesn't have a bit on him, other than his sideburns. And he's a happy little chap. You hear him on the side of the roads playing a little happy tune, little.
And as you play your tune on the balconies of the Crescent Quay, the seagulls sing above you, and people are prepping their tents for the festival that is about to begin. Now, as you look around, you see other musicians and bards preparing their gear around you as it seems like this quay is perfectly shaped to disperse the sound evenly and not disturb each performer. So you see a crowd of individual performers just setting base all around the balconies, ready for their performance for the Silurian. Just to make name, to gain population. So, what would you like to do?
I'm going to be talking to myself a little bit. I'm going to be looking sort of down and just... Oh, Eblon, I wish he could have come with me today. I'm never quite up to my usual scratch without her around. I feel nervous. But I know she would have total confidence in me, so I'm going to have it too. Here we go. You just give it, warm up my little... Oh yeah, I can do it. I'm just like really psyching myself up, and looking around. Can I even hear the other the performers there beside me?
You hear very, very faint musical notes from afar, although they seem to be closer than they sound.
I'm gonna get psyched out just by how confident they look practicing.
Okay,
Just like,
perfect. Everybody's tuning their lutes, tuning their instruments, warming up their voices. And if you look over to the west...
That guy looks so ready.
If you look over to the west, you see a rather distressed fellow. He looks a little bit less cleaned up than the old Blarney. But he's tuning up his guitar with his violin on the side. And he seems to be really, really focused in getting ready for his performance. He found one of the best spots in the quay, which is right next to the main bridge that boards onto the flagships.
Now there's a fella I could look up to, literally and figuratively. He's disheveled as he may look. It's just disgusting. Look at him. He looks just downright gross. But yet he exudes confidence that I just don't have right now. Look at the way he just holds the instrument as though he knows. He really knows what he's doing with it. It's gorgeous. The display is just beautiful. I don't... So... so hard to look at, and yet I can't look away.
I noticed this little leprechaun looking at me.
Yeah, you notice this 3-foot figure of a man with colorful hair on his face, kind of looking towards you as you're just trying to mind your business and get ready for the day, and make your buck, make your coin. But he seems to just rather be looking straight at you and observing a little too much.
I'm gonna take one couple steps to the other side. Would you like me to introduce my character?
Yes, please.
My character is Jackson Hydell is his name, and he is a very shy man that would say he would be a pirate in other times, but right now it's not necessarily about joining a crew and trying to find treasure. He only has one obstacle that he is trying to overcome, and that's his father has been lost at sea, and he's spent all of his money I've spent all of my money trying to find where he is, and at this point I'm flat broke. And the thing that some people don't know about Jackson is he has two sides. His one side is very, very shy, very in the background, in the shadows of the tavern, but when combat stirs, he becomes a very different person, which you'll learn more in the near future.
Does he look as sort of disheveled as I made him sound just now? Does he look like he's...
I think you offended him a little bit, but yeah, he's spent his life at sea, so even though he's 29, his skin is already getting, overly...
Like sort of like wrinkle tan?
Yeah, definitely looks a lot older than he is.
That boy looked leathery.
Yeah, and again, I have no money, so I'm sure my clothes and stuff are not very clean. But I do know how to pick a spot when it comes to busking, so I'm going to be here trying to make some money so I can continue my journey looking for my father and his lost ship. And, yeah.
Perfect. So, as you notice this leprechaun looking towards you, do you guys make any action towards each other, or you just mind to your business?
I already moved a couple steps the other way.
I lock eyes with him as I'm like sort of like playing intermittently and like looking, like practicing and then marveling and talking to myself and looking up. And then like I notice he locks eyes with me. I'm like, and then I just jump into that little leprechaun skip clap with their feet, just like, and turn around. And
Lovely.
I'm gonna give a little clap, nod towards you.
Love that.
But go
Now-
back to playing my guitar, trying to make some coin.
Off to the far west. You guys don't even have great view of this fellow, especially because he's also low in stature. So he's about maybe 6 inches above the actual balcony.
Okay.
While you are well below the balcony.
Yeah, I'm looking to the cracks and I'm like jumping up.
We have Sean Gully. Sean Gully preparing for the day as everybody is around you.
All right, so at first glance, you see Sean Gully is he's wearing kind of like a green cloak, and it's ornate with a bunch of different stitchings, like gold stitching around it. You see stitch into it, or not stitch, but what's it called when you do the patches and the stuff? I forget what that's called.
Like when it's fancy, like embroidery or like
Embroidery.
Okay.
Embroidered all throughout his coat are just corn, like corn husks.
Yes.
Kind of all the way down. And he's kind of hunched over. You see the top of his head right over the balcony, and then he just kind of ducks down, and the camera will pan to him, and he's actually talking to a very, very small halfling. She's only about 6 years old. She's got brown, kind of frilly, short hair, kind of goes to her shoulders, and she is wearing something very similar to his, but it's tattered and it's kind of homemade. But it looks a lot like exactly what he's wearing. His hair is brown, and sprinkled along the top are kind of like golden highlights, kind of like old school Backstreet Boys-esque, just like golden highlights. But the highlights actually shimmer in the sun.
Wait, hers are or his?
His.
Okay.
The highlights shimmer in the sun. And he bends down to her and he says, "Listen, it's just like we practiced it. You're supposed to hit the tambourine on 2 and 4. You've been hitting it on 1 and 3. And at home, these things, we can get away with these things, Harvey. At home only. But this is the big time. This is what they sent us out to do."
But Sean, we traveled so far.
Yeah, I understand. But we did this with a purpose.
The promise of what?
Think if all these people were able to taste the delectable taste of Husk's corn.
You are right. The husks from around here don't necessarily taste as rich.
I mean, they might as well be brown. Our husks, they're gold. I kept one in my pocket just to show. I pull it out, and it's like almost shimmering yellow in the sun, right? It's got a couple like little brown parts to it around the side, kind of like that natural corn look, but the yellow parts of it are shining, like almost like out in the sun.
So you see she gets close and she takes a whiff.
The smell of home.
We've come a long way, Harpy.
Yes, we have.
We've come a long way, but it won't be in vain.
Really?
If we reach at least one person, it will have all been worth it.
You know, I think you're right, Sean. I think so.
Now let's practice.
Okay.
I will count, and you will hit.
Great.
Ready?
Sure.
1.
I'm really trying, Sean.
Listen. I know that I've spent my entire life working towards this, but you've seen me.
I just started this, Sean.
We've been doing this for years, Harpy. You're 6, okay? You've had 6 years to get better.
That's... You make a point. Yes, I'm sorry. I should be better by now.
No, hon, I'm sorry. Listen, I've had 18 years of this. For this calling, this very day, to go ahead and preach this out. All I need you to do is stand behind me with a steady beat.
Okay.
Can you do that, Harpy?
Yes,
We're
I
all
can.
counting on you.
Okay. Oh, this is a lot. Yeah, I can do it. I can do it, I promise.
All right, I'm going to look over the balcony and see if I see anybody else.
So, you see more towards the north, almost towards the center of the quay, which is just one big circular crescent balcony. You do see what seems to be a pirate hat. You notice that the commoners around you are not really wearing that type of attire, and you do see from about like his abdomen up, right? And you see that his clothes, they do not look as nice as yours. He looks a little bit worn, a little bit tired, and he's wearing what seems to be, from the books you've read, a pirate hat.
Huh.
Or something of that society.
Harpy, stay close.
Okay.
Criminals lie in our wake.
Oh,
We're hundreds of feet away. This one seems to have an instrument, though. Maybe I can connect with him.
Really?
I'm going to peek my head over the balcony again and go, "Ah!" and then duck back down.
So
and see if anybody looks my way.
On your end, you hear almost like this ghostly, beautiful reverb that goes...
What was that noise?
And it was like aimed towards you, almost magically.
I'm going to look around and see if anybody near me noticed it. Or...
Everyone seems to be just minding their business.
Was that in my head? That was interesting. Anyway, going back to playing guitar. Just thinking it was in my head.
Seems to not have worked. Let me get closer. Harpy, stay in tow. Stay close.
Okay. Wait, stay like close to you or
Close to me.
in my place?
Close to me.
Okay.
Do you know anybody else here?
No, that woman sure seems to be making a lot of really yummy food, and I'm really starting to get hungry. Can I have
eat
a snack,
this.
please?
I pull out another husk of corn from my pocket, and I just give it to her. Stay low. I'm going to start sneaking past the barrier, trying to get close to Jackson.
Okay. Go ahead and move your token on the way. So, as you're making your way around, you come to... Let me sync the map over here. You come to hear the beautiful sound of a violin.
Oh, there you go.
Is that me?
It's not you.
Sounds like I wasn't ready for that.
And it seems to be getting louder and louder as you approach this taller woman who seems to have elvish features, but just seems to be minding herself and like warming up a little bit.
I'm going to sneak up really close to her, but where she still can't notice me. Or hopefully can't notice me. Do you want me to roll stealth?
Yes. Roll stealth check.
24. Roderick dice.
Wow. Roderick dice never fail.
I'm still in it, boys.
So, my goodness. You see she's very, very beautiful. And her violin is like inlaid in silver. And she seems very much to herself. And she doesn't necessarily notice you, but she doesn't seem to be looking around either. Just playing her violin and doing what she does.
I'm going to cast prestidigitation near her to create an odor of corn approaching her, entering her nostrils.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you see she stops. She goes, "Oh, what is that putrid smell?"
Oh no.
And she starts looking around to see the vendors around her, and she sees you and goes, "Excuse me, but I believe you are in my space."
Don't we just share the world? This is all of our space.
Is it though?
The land belongs to the people.
Really? Well, I paid for this spot. Right in front of the exit of the Silurian.
I didn't know we were paying for spots here.
Well, then maybe you have one of the lesser spots. I don't know.
You know, I approached you because I heard a beautiful sound coming from the instrument that you were playing.
Oh. Oh, yes, that's just my warm-up.
Your warm-up.
Yes.
I think I can add to what you are offering to the world.
Add. There's no adding to the beauty of my music.
So you think that you alone can create the most beautiful music? You don't believe that together we can maybe create something better? You don't believe in the collective?
You see this like smug look on her face, and she goes up to you and kneels down, and she goes, "Sir, I already am." And she turns away and grabs her violin and continues to play.
I'm gonna turn around to Harpy. They're not like back home here.
Oh, yeah. That wasn't very nice.
Not to mention a horrible taste and odor. I give it this
I thought it smelled pretty good.
pretty good.
Yes.
The greatest smell of all time.
Yeah, the greatest smell of all time.
The corn of husk.
Yes. The smell of husk. Just like back home, right?
The musk of husk.
The musk of
like
The
we call
musk
it.
of husk. She pulls out a little like notepad. She starts writing that down. She's like, "I'm gonna be just like you when I grow up, Sean."
Madam,
Yes.
if I may ask you, you did mention something about the Silurian?
The Silurian.
What is that exactly?
The Silurian, it is the most prestigious ship on this side of Allegoré.
Huh.
Yes, and it is making harbor here today.
And what is your business with this ship?
Oh, well. Only the best of the best get invited to play on the Silurian's voyage.
Oh, the best of the best.
You heard right.
Have they started to look for the best of the best?
Well, I don't necessarily know, but I'm sure I will be one of them.
That is very interesting.
Yes,
That you say the best of the West.
correct.
Because I happen to be the best of the West.
You, little man, the best of the West.
Yes.
Yes. Prove yourself.
Listen, what I lack in
challenge you.
stature. I
Here
may-
in front of everyone,
You're challenging me.
to prove yourself in your play.
I was saving my performance for a better time.
Oh, but you made claims of being the best of the West. And she looks over at Jackson, who's the nearest one, and goes, Hey, did you hear him? The best of the West.
Maybe he is.
Oh, you don't help. If you don't prove yourself, I don't think you quite fit that title.
Well, I guess we'll see once we actually have a court worth performing to. You don't seem to have very good taste. Anyway.
Oh, really? Well, I will see you soon. And she goes back to playing.
This guy's got corned beef already, bro. That's crazy.
Do you have these written down? That's crazy.
I'm gonna walk around her, and I'm gonna actually walk towards Jackson.
Great. You notice the sound of her violin begins to fade out into the wind. And you hear this guitar. Wonder if you can hear it.
Can you hear it?
That's why we did this.
Hello there.
Come on, Jackson.
Hello there.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Best of the West?
I like that title. I wonder who came up with it.
I'm assuming you did.
Oh, no, that's what she called me as I walked up to her.
Well,
Roll deception.
20.
How long have you been around here? Roll history.
Okay. Probably not gonna happen here. 4. Yeah.
4? You have no idea who she is.
Yeah.
You
roll,
have
David?
seen her around, though.
Okay.
She's here every single day.
Yeah. Would you roll, David?
20.
Wow.
Insight? Does he get
I'd roll insight.
a chance? Give him a chance.
There might be.
Goodness gracious, the Roderick dice, though. Yeah. It
No?
was a pretty good roll, too, but
Yeah,
not
no.
a 20.
Yeah, 12. Well, yeah, sure, you made the name up.
Do you know about this thing called the Silurian she was talking about?
I've heard, I've been in the tavern and overheard people talking about how beautiful it is. It's supposed to be a really nice ship. That's all I know.
Are you trying to get on it too?
I just met you, sir, but let's just say I have my own path I'm trying to take, and I don't think it leads onto that boat.
Well, how'd you get into whatever it is you're doing now? Just playing this instrument.
Well, I've been playing violin and guitar ever since I was a child. My father taught me how to play. And we used to play all the time on his boat. Go back to my guitar and try to ignore him.
So you notice that crowds start coming in to Mervin's Point, the town square. And people start making notice towards the east, where you see this large man, elvish features, start walking up on this stage. Next to him, you see this like other disheveled halfling who seems to be shouting out about news and things like that, like the town crier. And everyone starts pointing their attention over to this large man. You would know this is the mayor of Mervin's Point. And his name is Lord Carmen Deros. And he's the voice of the Tidebound Court, which you know is the people that run the politics around here. They usually stay in their tower. But
Lord Tyrant what?
Carmen Deros.
Lord Carmen
C-A-R-M-I-N.
Deros.
Carmen
Okay.
Deros. And You see that this rotund half-elf noble waddles to this silken podium. And pearl rings are flashing in the morning sun. Seems pretty adorned. He clears his throat pretty loudly. And he raises his hands and says, he lets his voice boom across the square. People of Mervin's Point, travelers... He looks around at the bards that are around the balcony, and he sees you two bunched up and you off to the side, the three nearest to him, and says, "You three, get over here."
Me?
Yes, you. And
I'm one of the three?
the little girl, too.
I don't want to lose my spot,
And
sir.
you too.
I was one of 3? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I like peek over the wall.
I lose your spot because Lord Carmen called you. You will not lose your spot. I own the place.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna walk
I'm very
over.
honored.
Gather close.
As I
Lord.
walk over, I'm gonna keep looking back at my spot.
Do you guys approach? I'm assuming you approach.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm stepping
Okay.
forward.
So Sean Gully, you come close to him. You see that the crowds are still kind of scattered around at the different booths and everything. Like the festival hasn't really kicked off yet. It's still really early in the dawn, and people are still just setting up. He goes, I have a knack for performance, would you say? I think I have the voice for it too. Me.
You indeed.
Do I not?
Yeah,
Do I
yes, sir.
not?
Yes, sir. It sounds wonderful.
It's trainable. It's trainable.
Wonderful.
Thanks, I believe so myself. While I say my speech, can you play behind me? Play something grand. Great.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes,
sure.
sir.
I could do that.
Please play together.
Should be.
Key of G or C? Or? I'm gonna start.
Harpy, can I have your tambourine?
Oh, sure. She hands you the tambourine.
Thank you.
Just join in whenever.
Blarney puts his horn down.
Oh, okay, perfect. You guys are set. Yes. Pause. Ooh, oh, I like that one. Oh, the small one's got talent. As I say my speech.
That's talent for nothing.
As I say my speech. As I say my. Enough.
Yes, sir.
As I say my speech. Follow my lead. My dynamic. Make me sound good.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
You already do.
Do you prefer an instrumental variation, or may I use my voice as well?
Just your instrument, please. My voice should be the only one to carry here.
Okay.
Just give me a countdown.
Unless you're echoing the words that I'm saying. That might be a good chorus. Yes. Do you agree?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Very well. Back to
gonna-
what I was saying.
I'm gonna look over to Harpy, and I'm gonna like give a little smirk, like side smirk, like, watch this.
People of Mervin's Point! Travelers, traders, scholars and singers and sailors, and dreamers all. Today our humble harbor becomes the beating heart of Allegoré.
Is everybody watching him speak?
Everybody starts turning and getting closer.
You see to the right of him, in a 5-foot square, it shows glowing, just a radiant, almost like hologram of glowing fields with a sign that says Husk.
He probably doesn't see it.
He doesn't
It's
see
behind
it.
him.
Yeah.
Today our humble harbor becomes the beating heart of Allegoré. For this morning begins not merely a festival, but a memory that shall be sung in every tavern, whispered in every port, and etched into the very stones of our quay.
He pauses, and he smiles grandly, and the crowd seems very confused. Everybody roll a performance check as a group.
All right. That was awesome.
14 on my roll.
Woo!
As he is speaking, when he takes that break, I'm gonna say out loud, "Hey, tell him about Husk." And I'm casting suggestion.
Oh man.
17.
16.
I'm not doing anything special.
Okay.
16.
17.
Oh, perfect.
My
The crowd seems to be warming up to this performance.
Okay.
And he carries on. Continue.
You see, Allegoré has the finest husk around. The beautiful smell of corn. Only found here in Mervin's Point. Now, from these-
Prestidigitation is gonna be a sparkle of corn.
It seems like he has no idea what husk you're talking about. He's like falling into it, but he has no idea what husk you're talking about.
This looks like a weather report where behind him is just a map showing the glowing fields and just people tilling corn.
He goes, from these alabaster steps, where the cliffs kiss the tide, we welcome
We welcome
the jewel of the deep tides,
the jewel
the
of
Silurian herself.
the seas.
Yes. Yes. Though her sails have not yet graced our horizon, already her name fills our streets with wonder.
Silurian.
Our cups with cheer, and our hearts with anticipation. And when she arrives, she will carry aboard not only nobles and emissaries, but the honor of Mervin's Point, shining for all the scattered seas to see.
He sweeps a hand toward the gathered bards behind him.
And let it not be said that our city knows only stone and tide. No, for we are a people of song. Our voices rise like gulls upon the wind. Our verses crash like surf upon the shore.
On the shore.
And today, and today,
And today.
and today,
And today.
we begin this festival with music
And corn.
worthy of the sea itself.
And corn.
And corn. Wait,
They
Not corn.
don't call us the Corn-Bards for nothing.
oh,
They don't call them the Corn-Bard for nothing.
to our honored bards, I say, let your first notes be strong, for the eyes of the tide-bound court are upon you, and the ears of the world, they listen.
The ears of corn.
Corn.
He turns around for a second and goes,
Why do I keep hearing this thing about corn?
roll performance. Actually, roll persuasion.
I love Blarney right now, by the way.
Roll persuasion right now.
Me?
Anybody? You persuasion. The rest of you performance.
Performance 17.
Or roll both.
26 for persuasion.
Whoa!
11.
17 performance.
Performance.
Performance is 20.
My
Unnatural.
goodness. Rolling against bards is really hard.
Devin on chat said, make sure y'all don't forget the corn.
He goes,
Corn-Bards.
whatever. He's talking to you guys still. He goes, whatever this corn thing is, the crowd seems to like it. Keep it going.
Are we corn with a K?
He raises both arms, flushed with self-importance. So, with the toll of the Starwake bell, I declare the festival of the Silurian open! Ha ha! May the day be filled with laughter, with dance, with song,
With corn.
and a little bit of corn. Whatever that means.
A lot of corn.
And the memories as deep as the tide.
Prestidigitation. Smell of corn all throughout the front of the bell.
And you hear the bell, the sacred bell of the Starwake Spire Tower ring.
Minor illusion, the sound of popcorn popping.
And the crowd goes wild. And at this point, the festival has begun. All right.
Whoa.
Wow.
I'm gonna go to Blarney immediately. What was that?
I run straight back to my spot.
Are you... Do you know of Husk?
Oh,
You speak of it as if you know it. Only those that have experienced it speak of it in that manner.
I suppose I get around. I mean, I've traveled all the way here to the. I came from.
What about west of the mountain range? Out that way. West
I
of the
just
mountain
as soon as I start talking, I'm just like stuttering the whole time. Oh yeah, that's the place. And they don't. I come from there. I've been there.
You've been there.
And
That's
people
where I'm
love
from.
it there. Yeah,
That's me. That's where I'm from.
yeah, they love me there. You must have heard of me. I'm Blarney. They don't call me the best of the West for nothing.
My Husk called you the best of the West.
Well, just generally in the West. People, they call me that.
Inside.
Roll insight check.
19.
Natural one. I just make up stuff all the time.
19. Wow. You just lost some brownie points with me.
What for?
Why do you lie?
Well, I don't know you very well, but I feel like. I'm sure I can trust you. I feel almost like you could wind up being one of me 3 best friends that I have.
I'm gonna get really close to him and put my hand on his shoulder and kind of tuck my head into his head. Friend, the way you speak of Husk, without having experienced it, I pull a corn out of my pocket, but it's a single kernel. Open wide.
Open wide, he said.
I do it.
Okay.
I place it gently. I place it gently on his tongue, and I close his jaw.
Well, that's delightful.
They're magically delicious.
It's magically delicious, he said.
Let me share a kernel of truth with you then. I married into Goliath society, and in amongst the half giants, everybody always earns a sort of nickname, and that's what they go by forever. But I never quite made it in, so I've been searching for my nickname for some time now, and I don't know. I just try to go with what works. I suppose that one sort of fell flat. It's not one that really pops, I suppose.
Interesting. Well, I don't know anything about that. But what I do know is now as you speak of husk, you do not speak of it in vain. Because you have tasted and you have seen.
Are we still talking about husk here?
Oh,
You see this large half elf is still like in between, right behind you guys on the stage. You guys are off the stage. And he's like listening in and he goes,
Husk. What was this corn thing you guys
would you like a
were
taste?
mentioning? A taste? A taste of what?
The taste of husk.
Taste of
A
husk.
taste you must experience.
With us.
huh,
You might think it funny. They don't call us the Heralds of Husk for nothing. No,
I
should I
like
not do
the
that? I'm
way
sorry.
you men speak.
Open up.
Rhyme always gets me.
Can you stoop down to my level for a second?
so he like struggles to get down the steps.
Open
All
your
right.
jaw.
I'd rather feed myself, thank you very much.
That would be sacrilegious. I must feed it to you.
Roll persuasion.
$15.
Wow. He looks at you very weary. And you see him open his mouth and waits.
Very well.
I place it on his tongue, and in the same time, I close his jaw with my other hand. Thoughts?
This is the most glorious corn I've ever had. Where did you say
it's
this was
magically-
grown? Where did you say this was
I'm
grown?
telling you.
Well, this is from the town of Husk. It's out west, past the mountain range. It's not on the map yet, but we're working hard to put it there. We need emissaries like you to spread the name of Husk. Would you be willing to join? And spread the name of Husk to all the masses. I cast suggestion on him.
Read suggestion.
Suggestion is you suggest a course of activity described in no more than 25 words to one creature you can see within range that can hear and understand you. The suggestion must sound achievable and not involve anything that would obviously deal damage to the target or its allies. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have the charm condition for the duration or until you or your allies deal damage to the target. The charm target pursues the suggestion of to the best of its ability. The suggested activity can continue for the entire duration of 8 hours, but if the suggested activity can be completed in a shorter time, the spell ends for the target upon completing it.
And what's the spell save DC?
13.
13.
Wisdom.
What was the suggestion?
The suggestion is to spread the name of Husk to everyone around you
All right.
for 8 hours.
I'll keep your name of Husk in mind, but seems like something to be treasured in secret. Very well. You played incredibly.
But
You
are you gonna
will
do it or
have,
not? Are you gonna do it or not?
I am in charge around here. You don't tell me what to do.
No, I'm not telling you. I'm asking you. It's in your best interest. You want the people to like you.
Roll
You must
persuasion.
provide a service. Or good. Greater than what they already have. Oh, wow. It's bad. Nothing is as good as the corn from husk. 8.
An 8.
You do rather make a good argument. I will say this. How about I put in a good word for you to get in the Silurian and talk me up a little bit to the captain.
You want me to talk you up to the captain?
Oh, yes. I would love for this to be the Silurian's main harbor point.
Okay.
It would bring all sorts of people around to Mervin's Point.
Okay, so
And if I do that and you do that, I will keep my bargain and I will spread the word of Husk.
okay, I'll write that down. So I'm going to take out a little notebook. I'm going to write down the agreement. Sign here. Right at the bottom line.
You see, he signs. He's super weirded out by this. Seems very unofficial to him. But he signs for you.
Thank you. I take out a kernel from my pocket. I squish it to put the juices on my finger, and I cross it across the contract.
This gets stranger by the minute. I will leave you be. If you have your word, I will have my word. But I will say this. If you don't keep your end of the bargain, I do own the Tidebound Court. And your name will be tarnished in Mervin's Point and the seas forever.
My name. If I promise I will keep my end of the bargain.
Very well.
Will you tarnish my name, the name of Sean Gully?
And this beloved Husk.
What?
That was your deal, was it not?
Okay. Okay. If that's what's expected of me, that's what I will do.
Very well. So, he goes, enjoy the festivities, gentlemen. And he walks off. You see he's like shaking hands with like people as he walks off.
Why did he threaten you? You gave him something so you gave him a gift? I don't know what's wrong with that guy. You appear to have a real passion and love for this.
One second. Still writing this down.
You see that
Okay, I'm ready.
what was her name? Your sister?
Harpy.
Harpy. You see that she's looking at you and takes out her notebook and starts writing too.
Well, you appear to have a real love for this place. What's? I suppose I can't help but admire it. I suppose that's really all I mean to say. A love so pure and true should. I don't know where it comes from, but that's a thing to be honored.
I would say greater than love.
Greater than love? What's greater than love?
I would say faith. I have faith in Husk.
I'll have to ponder that. That's. Well, I respect it either way.
Would you like to also join me in my endeavor?
As soon as we were done, right after this one.
What is your endeavor per se?
My endeavor is simply to spread the name of Husk. Again, if you provide a good and service to the people, such as take out another kernel, this, then they will love you. And they will love Husk.
Well, I suppose we'll see where fate takes us. If we end up in the same band together, you'll have my loyalty.
Band? I travel with Harpy. I've never been in a band.
Well, I mean to say that we'd be musicians on the Silurian. If
So I've yet to know exactly what's happening with the... Explain to me again.
well, as far as I understand it, this is a very prestigious vessel. It's just, it's a place sought out by many, as you can see, and I've been seeking out places that are sought out.
And they're looking for a band.
I hope so, because that's all I really have to offer. I'm looking for something of my own, and I don't know how else to find it.
Well, if you'd like to stay by my side, you're more than welcome to. You know, as they say, us short kings should stick together.
That's what I've been saying. You know, I believe you have made a friend today.
Wow.
We're honestly better than the other type.
Harpy, it's not just us anymore. Now it's the three of us that will spread the name. How wonderful.
And who's this little lass?
Well, this is my sister, Harpy. She follows me. She's in training. I've been sent out to spread the name of Husk. In the meantime, I'm supposed to train her up to handle things back at home, keep the town in good spirits while I am gone, so that they can continue to farm the greatest corn ever imaginable.
I'm not very good, but I try really hard.
Do not say that, Harpy.
I'm sorry.
You are great.
Yes.
Now chin up. I give her back her tambourine. Hold this with pride. The pride of Husk.
The pride of Husk. Yes.
Well, I'm pleased to meet you too, Harpy. May you grow tall enough to hold your chin up, very high.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
So
I will try.
Quick question: what's the first step to starting a band?
I suppose I would hope we might have got sort of a shortcut to the auditions there. Teamwork would be.
Well, how many would be in a band?
Do you have any ideas?
Not there.
He's not there. He ran back to his spot.
As soon as
Roll
we
perception.
were done,
I didn't realize.
Roll perception.
as soon as we were done,
He
I
ran back
went
to his
right
spot.
back to my spot.
15?
15? Okay. So you would have noticed that he kind of slipped away unannounced, just walked right back as soon as the performance was done.
I suppose it'll just be whoever they accept, and I'll just we'll have to make do. I think we're sort of hitting it off as soon as we start, so if everything else can go that smoothly, we'll have a good day.
Yes, but you still didn't answer my question. How many in a band usually?
Usually. Well, I've seen anywhere from just a couple to scores. I've seen bands bigger than our audiences.
Okay,
But
well,
it'll depend on what the captain picks.
maybe a good starting point would be the group that just performed. Where's the guy with the hat?
What? He did go away some time ago.
Can we
let
see
me
him
try
from where
something.
we are?
You don't happen to know his name, do you?
He may have told it to me, but I was daydreaming.
You should see me. I went right back to my spot.
I blast I magically blast this loud sound that just calls out. Attention, guitarist with the hat! Please return to the short men.
In that accent?
Loud as heck, yeah.
I'm gonna take my hat off, set it down, continue playing.
That's the best I can do.
And we see him?
I'm so sure.
You can see him, yeah, no, for
do
sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, no, he's directly. If you look at the map,
I will walk straight.
He's right there.
I will walk straight up to him.
I'll follow behind you next to Harpy.
You'll see my hat's out for people to put money in as I'm playing.
I'm
you
gonna
see a few people toss a roll performance.
Can I help by you know how people put money in hats to show that they need it?
Yeah, sure.
I want a minor illusion a bunch. Like a
Oh.
whole bunch of
So-
gold in there.
7 plus 6, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13.
As you're playing, you see some people starting to walk over, and all of a sudden, coins appear in your empty hat. And these people walk by, and you see they toss a coin in your hat.
Do I see the coin go on top of the other coins? Or
It just goes right through them.
I'm gonna stop playing and grab it.
They stay
Empty
in
it out.
space. they stay in space where you pulled the hat from.
Yeah, they stay in space, and only one coin falls out.
I'm gonna look around. Who's doing
I
this?
turn off. I was just trying to lend a hand.
Can you please stop? They won't give me money if they see I have so much.
Oh,
You're hurting my business. Go back to playing.
I'm gonna toss a handful of kernels into his hat.
What are you doing?
You might want to keep those if I were you.
I don't need food. I need money. I need money.
Excuse me, good sir. Those are his treasure.
That's not my I need money. This isn't gonna take me anywhere. This corn.
If money is what you need, money I have.
Then give me some. Right in this hat.
I'm gonna flick 2 gold into his hat.
Wow.
Gling, gling, gling.
Oh. Thank you. I do appreciate that.
That was mighty generous.
I take the gold, put it in my pocket, go back looking down at my guitar and continue playing.
We have decided to start a band.
A band?
And we
Well-
are in dire need of a 3rd member.
1, 2, 3. It looks like you're good.
No, Harpy's not in the band.
Oh. Well, the
Well, I
violinist
tried.
over there is very, very good. You should go ask her.
Absolutely not. Can't stand the woman. Met her already.
Just looking at you with a blank stare.
Oh,
Also, we don't need a violin player. We've never needed a violin player.
Listen, I appreciate what you're trying to do, and you know, we did make some music up there. It was nice. It was fun. It's weird, but I'm not interested in joining a band.
What do you love?
What do I love?
What do you love?
To be honest, adventure.
Adventure.
do
Huh.
you now?
What kind of adventure? Fill me in.
Well, sir, I'm not just gonna sit here and tell you my life story, but I seek a voyage to the farthest reaches of the sea to try to see if something's there, or maybe to see if something's not there.
I pull out my notebook and I start writing in it.
What are you writing down?
Don't mind me, I'm just learning about you. Continue.
There's not much more to say. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna awkwardly look up at you again as
No,
you're writing.
Continue speaking.
About what? I have nothing to say. Can you move to the side so people can walk
Well, do you
by?
have no history of adventure? Have you just started?
I just met you, sir.
Okay. And I plan to know you more.
Trust me, you don't want to know me anymore. It's probably best if you just find somebody else to join your band.
You know, this line of profession isn't for those who want to steer clear of interaction.
Profession.
What you are
profession?
doing, you're looking for money.
This isn't my profession. This is a hobby. This is a skill I learned through great men aboard big ships. And if I'm a profession in anything, it would be on the sea. It'd be on a voyage. I know how to tend a ship, and I know how to entertain while doing that.
For what it's worth, I enjoyed playing with you. You've got a good skill. Thank you for lending us your talents.
No
Tip
problem.
my hat to you.
You hear this like gruff voice, somewhat close,
I start walking.
but down the crescent quay. He goes, necessarily not what your father would have said. Are you not?
My
the
father
hounds.
was just as polite as I am. Did you really know him?
Not you.
Oh.
Are you speaking of me, sir?
Excuse me as well.
Are you not the hound's pup?
I'm sorry, I don't know who you're talking about. Who is this hound?
The hound. I know your family name.
My name's Jack. Jack Taylor.
Jack Taylor.
How do you know of me?
Well, you have his face.
There's many-
Whatever happened to him?
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. If you please leave me alone. Just trying to make some money.
Just be careful around here. Not everybody is as they seem. And you see he starts walking off. He's like this half-orc guy with a hood. And he starts walking off.
Do I know anything about the proceedings, like how they are intending to like run like any kind of audition process or anything
For
for getting on
the
the ship?
Silurian?
Yeah. You
Nothing.
got no knowledge.
It is a very mysterious procedure, I guess. It's a very mysterious, like... The workings of the Silurian are very, very mysterious. Like, you don't really know...
It's all rumor.
Nobody knows exactly even what the purpose of the Silurian is. But everybody knows of the Silurian.
Interesting.
I finish writing in my sheet, and I go, shh, rip the page out, fold it in half, and hand it to Jackson.
I'm gonna read it. What does it say?
When did that happen? That was
Just to
Yeah,
show
what
you
the-
what I am capable of. So
It's a
in
picture
there
of
are
corn.
in there are lyrics that I wrote to the very short story that you told me,
Oh, okay.
and the lyrics go to the song that you were actually playing while you were telling it. I'm gonna sing it.
Okay. Do you want me to play while you sing it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
This is awesome.
What I was using as a pick.
Oh, is that? That's awesome.
I am looking far and wide, crossing worlds and crossing tides. For my purpose I shall seek, but my demeanor is meek. If I want to live the life, and if you want to find a wife, you must break out of your shell, and with shyness fare thee well.
That was pretty impressive, sir. I've never had somebody sing on the spot like that with me.
Well, you provide the story, and I provide the song.
Well, you provided the story. I provided. Okay. Yeah. Well, what are we trying to do with this band? Are we going to make money? How long do you want to be together? I'm confused.
Well, I'm not sure. All I know is one thing. I must speak of Husk every time my lips utter a song.
That gave me no information. I'm
Well, that-
so confused.
Well, that is it. I have no agenda other than to show everybody the great delicacies of corn. So whatever you wish to do, Jackson Hydell, I will follow.
So, question: if this Husk place is so nice, why are you here?
Well, you see, not a lot of people know of it. It's hard to get to. They have not built roads past the mountainside.
So you're here to share for tourism.
Exactly.
And you? What's your name?
Oh, begging your pardon, my name's Blarney.
Blarney. And what's your purpose?
I suppose I want my voice to reach such renown that I can sing the song of the greatest hero that I can find across the 7 seas, or however many seas are in our world.
Well, I'll let you know if I do what I intend to set out to do and come back. You can share my story with anyone you wish. But again, guys, I have my own path I have to take.
You have the path of what you would describe as a hero?
I wouldn't say a hero, but it would be pretty legendary if I found what I was looking for and came back to tell the tale.
Well, in that case, I'm perhaps much less interested in playing beside you, although it was phenomenal, and more interested in playing on your behalf. If you are the man you want to be, I'm just looking for someone to champion. I want to be the sort of the power behind the power. I want to find someone who can inspire the masses, and I want to help them to do it.
Well, then Mr. Husk seems to have a lot of inspiration. My goal is very singularly focused, and unless you guys have a ship around that you can sail with me, I don't know. I don't know how much help or. I think
we
it's going
hear
to
of
be
a ship that's on its way here.
the ship that's on its way here. Do you think that the Silurian?
The Silurian.
Silurian, yes. Silurian. Do you think that they will just abandon their tasks and do what I want them to do? I don't think that's possible. Where are they even headed?
I'm not sure. I just learned about that ship today, so I don't know.
Well, it seems like we have a missing piece to the puzzle here, guys.
But think about it. You're looking for a ship, correct?
I'm looking, yes, to voyage.
Where are ships?
Here, in the harbor.
On the ocean. So if we get on the Silurian, our chances of finding a ship out in the ocean are much higher.
I hear many things about this ship, and the chances of us getting on it are very small.
I think we've got our foot in the door more than most other bards that I've been seeing around.
Do you think they're gonna just need a band to play on the ship? From what I hear, the ship is legendary. That even the tasks of the people that go are unknown.
Well, they won't be for long. Not if I can help it. You don't have to come around with us, but if you're looking for a ship, there could be no other better. I hope you make it.
Like you guys think you'll get into the Silurian. You see that half-elvish woman
My eyes just closed like...
creeps by and says,
I put up my hat and I say, sorry, I'm spoken for. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Well, I mean,
what is your motive to be in these parts?
She's a persistent one, isn't she?
Ma'am, I'm sorry if we bothered you. We're not here to cause any trouble. I'm sure if the Cerulean is looking for an artist,
Silurian.
I'm sure if
Wait, hold up. Is this the bard lady or
This is the bard.
The violinist.
Okay, yeah, so
The violinist.
the violinist, yeah. You play beautiful violin. I would know. I also play, and if they're looking for somebody, I'm sure you would be their first pick.
She
Do
looks
you
at
really?
your violin all chipped up and beat and goes, a fellow violinist, I suppose. Well, I'm just saying, it's already spoken for me to be a part of the Silurian.
Oh, then I'm very obliged to meet you. That's very impressive.
And who
Although
made that
I
decision?
am still spoken for, so please take a step back.
Destiny. Destiny made that decision.
Who's
little
Destiny?
man?
Is she around here? Can we talk to her?
Sounds like just the person we need to talk to.
Sure. You can find Destiny.
Okay.
Destiny's out there, and she points down the alleyway into the depths of Mervin's Point.
Well, I need
Give
to
us
be
a quick
here.
description, and I'll be on my way.
I need to be here. I'm.
You'll know when you find her.
I've
Sounds
no
like quite a
interest.
lady.
No interest. Just trying to make money.
I
We'll
start
go back.
walking off.
And that's where we're going to take our break. All right. So, we will be picking up in about 10 minutes. And on your way out to that alleyway, you might run into some games. And let's see what happens. We'll see what happens when the Silurian arrives. He cut me off. We'll see you guys in... Again! Oh, I love this show. Anyways, love you guys. We will see you guys in a bit. Enjoy your break. Go grab some water and then come back and we'll see how all this pans out. See you guys soon. Later.
What's up, guys? Why, if it isn't the lovely Sean Gully, lead singer of this aforementioned band. We will see what we form when we come back from break. But in the meantime, for whoever is here in chat, I actually wanted to talk to you directly. So let's talk to the chat. All right. Let's read chat. Here we go. We got Mo Bourbon. A newsboy halfling. Intriguing. I love it. Hey, Blarney was in fact hitting some notes. Blarney was in fact hitting some crazy notes. I see Devin was in the chat. Let's go. And I know that Belle was in the chat as well, and as well as John and Jonathan and Tristan too. So whoever is still in the chat, go ahead and continue to talk if you have anything to say now that we're actively chatting. Let's see if I can pull this up. Question from Tristan Castro. Very important question. What is Sean's favorite form of corn? So. Let's see. Favorite form of corn. Well, aside from. Thing is, in this world, there is a specific brand of corn, and it's the husk corn. So that would be his favorite corn brand, but his favorite way to eat it is actually in small kernels, just to snack on it. That's why he has so many in his pockets, because he likes to snack on little small kernels. If you eat it straight off the husk, it gets stuck in your teeth. And how are you supposed to perform with corn in your teeth? How are you supposed to do that? I don't know. Very good question, Tristan. Very good question. All right. Guys, while we are on here, I wanted to talk a little bit about the things that we have available. We are on social media. Yes, Tristan, we should bring popcorn every single session. We're on social media. You can see our handles that way, right there. Should be Divine Inspiration Live on all things. On TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, I believe, too. Yeah, facebook.com/Divine Inspiration Live. Yeah, so wherever you like to speak to people, go ahead and put in Divine Inspiration Live and follow us and talk to us. And write songs with us, honestly. This entire Bard campaign is going to be about writing songs. Before I go ahead and leave, I also wanted to give a shout out to the merch store that's down here. Listen, with a Bard campaign, the merch is endless. I mean, maybe we'll even put out an EP. Who knows? Well, if so, I for one would love it to have a shirt with just a giant husk in the front, with nothing else, no context, just a giant husk of corn. Okay, well, we got 30 seconds left, so I will see you guys later. Adios.
Hello, friends, and welcome back. Welcome back to the show, Divine Inspiration, here in our campaign number 2 called The Great Sea Song. So, as of now, they're starting to get to know each other. They were pulled into some random performance, which they did exceptionally well on, and gained the favor of the mayor of Mervin's Point, which, being a very artsy town for a bard, that could come with some benefits. So everybody is still awaiting the Silurian and going about the festival. I believe the last thing that we saw was the other elvish bard, the violinist girl, approached them during their conversation, and she seems kind of smug, doesn't she? So she is clearly trying to amp up some competition against these bards to see who will actually make it into the Silurian. That being said, she directed our leprechaun friend Blarney out to the alleyways of Mervin's Point just to get rid of him, so to speak, to go search for his destiny elsewhere. And so that is where we pick back up, back in Mervin's Point, the Crescent Quay Town Square. So, you guys carry on, and seems like you're continuing off into the distance, Blarney, when you get approached. You get approached by this half-orc male who goes,
Hey, you did a great job out there.
Oh, I'm much obliged to you. Thank you.
I
Show my
really
very shiny
enjoyed
thing.
that performance. You've got a great look to you, too. Oh, maybe you were made for this. I don't know. Seems like you may have luck on your side as well. What do you say we
makes
play
you
a
say
game?
Play a game. Well, I suppose I'm not opposed. I was looking for a lady around these parts named Destiny. Do you happen to know somebody?
Destiny? I don't know.
Right.
I don't. Did you talk to Lyra?
Is that
The violinist
Are they family?
Out
Is that her
on
mother?
Crescent?
Is she like Destiny's child?
No. No, unfortunately. She's a character, that woman. She doesn't like anybody being in her zone, in her spot.
The violinist. What's her name again?
Her name's Lyra.
Lyra.
Yes, Lyra. I'd be careful with her.
Honestly, she was coming on a bit strong. You're right.
She comes off
I let
pretty
her know.
strong. She's got a good heart, but she's not the friendliest kind. This is the guy that has approached you here. Well, anyways, would you like to play some sort of game? I have
I
gold.
suppose if there's no destiny to be found,
And we have a line of others that are willing to also bet on a game as well.
Oh, betting. Well, I might not be the fellow you're looking for in that case. And I pull out just like a whole cauldron that was hanging off my belt.
Oh,
And it's just
wow.
it's just empty. It's just an empty cauldron. This would be my tips pot, and as you can see, I haven't really started working the tips yet so far. I wouldn't have much to offer you in
All right, well,
that kind of game.
well, I have other games too. How
Sure.
about we put some coin in that pot? Come with,
By all means.
and bring your friends too, if you'd like. I see you've strayed from them a bit. Come, invite them over.
Starting to get Stranger Danger vibes.
The name's
I like-
Corin.
oh, The name is what?
Corin. And then
You've got to meet my friend. He's gonna love you. Quickly, come here. I grab him by the hand like a little kid. Come here.
Okay, so as he stretches his hand to shake your hand, you realize his hand is made of stone.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Oh no, they call me Stonehand. I mean, it's okay. It's just. Are you going to?
Sorry, it just reminded me of.
Oh. I'm sorry.
I was just. I don't know. You just made me think of. You should meet my friend. You should meet my friend.
Very well.
Shake it off, and I just walk off.
So he follows you.
Yeah. So I start leading up through the crowds, and I say, my new friend. Did you tell me your name? I don't think you did. I think I just learned Jack. Jack. And he just said Jack something. Jack Taylor.
Well,
Jack
I did mention my name to the mayor of Mervin's Point. And you were next to me, so you would have heard it.
Okay. So I'm
Cool.
on it. Nice
So-
to meet you here, yeah. Sean.
Oh.
You're never going to get. I think I found one of your locals from your town.
Yes.
And you see this half-orc big guy. In fact, let me. He's bald. You guys can get a good picture of him here.
The best
So
way a
he's
person
bald
can
and he
be.
has 4 dots. And they're tattooed on his forehead, and he's just like built. He has scars and everything, but he seems rather friendly, and he has a stone hand, literally, like a prosthetic. So he
Sean,
looks at him, and we look very different.
Sean, do you know this gentleman?
Nope.
The name's Corin.
May I present? Corin!
Corin, yes, that's it.
You both must have met Destiny over there by the alleyway. What else is there?
There is no destiny. There is no destiny. It's just a trick. Anyways, speaking of tricks, I have a booth with some games if you'd like to make some coin. And there is one game where it does not require bets, just pure luck.
Would I recognize this person from being around for a couple weeks or months?
Says we can make some corn.
He's like,
Let's get it.
I mean, occasionally when like the markets come up in the town square, I would
Do
say
I know
like a
him
weekly
as like
thing.
a trickster or like
No,
a,
he seems like, I mean, he seems super rough. Maybe he had a hard past or something, but he seems rather friendly, and he just runs a game booth. Really, like you know that just from the markets weekly that happen in this town square.
Okay.
You know what else had a hard past? Corn. Prior to being boiled.
Corin, yes, I had a hard pass, but it's okay. You know, I live in Mervin's Point now. It's all good now. Anyways, should we go or not?
I'm here just trying to make money.
Well, I
don't
can
have
make
time.
you some money. Depends how lucky you are.
What kind of money? I mean, I do make a pretty penny out here.
So, he looks you up and down, and he says, "Are you good at knife throwing?"
I've been known to toss a couple in my day.
Well, maybe you would do well in my booth.
I'm gonna look around and see if there's anyone trying to maybe wait on a spot to be taken for a busk. Do I see anybody else trying to like poach spots up there for busking?
You see, there's people that are like for the spots. Surprisingly, no.
Okay. Well, I guess we can do it real quick. Real quick, if I can make some money.
Very well. Come on in.
All right.
And then he just guides you all over to his tent, all the way to the western side. So you cross all the way across, where you come up to a tent, and you see there's a line of different people just waiting to play this game. And he says, "Welcome, friends.
This next game is going to be of pure luck and skill. And you might... Yeah, I suppose that is a contradiction. I'm not great with my words, okay? You throw the knife and you see if it lands.
Okay.
So, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Very well. Okay. Come on, what is your name again?
Jack.
Jack.
Yes, sir. Jack
Very
Taylor.
well. Jack.
Taylor. Jack Taylor. Yes, sir.
Taylor.
Yes, sir. So should I use my daggers or?
Roll insight.
Uh, 15.
15. So, when you said your name, you kind of saw this look on his face that almost seemed like suspicious of you.
Okay.
Of you. And he goes, very, very well, Jack Taylor. Step right up. Let's see.
All right. Should I use my daggers or?
Sure. You can use your own.
'Cause I am used to these.
So he goes and he picks up this like big, like round target made of wood, boom, and puts it on this big table and says, all right, well, you get 3 tries. If you hit the bullseye with an 18 through a 20 on a roll of 20, on a shooting die, then you gain 3 coins per bullseye.
So I have to roll to hit. And
Roll
if
to
I
hit.
Get to 18 or to 20.
18 through 20. Yes.
Okay. And how many tries do I get?
You get 3 tries.
And wait, you were saying flat on the die, it has to be between 18 and 20.
No,
it's
plus the hit
actual,
DC.
Yeah, you plus the hit DC.
So I have a +5 for
But
my
it still has
dagger.
to fall between 18 and 20. Can't be 21.
I
anyone?
could go past it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here we
Blarney is
go.
watching intently.
Yeah.
Super intense.
17 plus 5, so that is 22.
22.
So
He throws that knife
my.
and he just and it hits right on bullseye. Very well.
He may have understood.
Try again.
keep going. Okay. 19 plus 5.
And you
24?
throw another one. You see the knife get stuck to the handle of the other one that's on the bullseye.
Darn it! I love that dagger. I don't have an. I only have 2. Can I borrow?
I passed you another one.
Okay.
In fact,
3 times the charm. Huh?
I prestidigitate one into existence. Just a little knife. Quick.
Cool.
Okay. Oof. This one is a 7 plus 5, so 12.
A 12. So you shoot and doesn't quite hit.
And then
But
it
it
Used to
disappears.
mine.
And it disappears.
Wait a minute.
He goes, 2 out of 3.
Right on the money.
Yeah, but that one wasn't real.
Wait a minute. You didn't see it?
Can I use my dagger? Can I grab my dagger and try to use mine? That one was it real?
Roll persuasion.
10.
10. He says, that was your 3rd shot. I'm sorry. He doesn't seem to keep his eyes off you as he pulls each of these perfect dagger shots. And he hands it back and says, well, here's your prize. And he tosses 6 coin at you.
Okay, that's
6
nice.
gold.
What kind?
6 gold.
Gold?
Oh.
6 gold.
I would like to take a shot.
Oh, this was.
All right.
This was great.
Go for it.
Is there a player's fee?
No, just try and shoot.
All winners.
How do you make your money?
Well, you should see the other games we play.
Oh. A gangster of sorts. 8.
8. He throws his dagger and gets stuck on the border of the actual target. He goes,
I get 3 tries.
2 more tries for you.
24.
24. And you hit that bullseye. He goes, I see.
That's right. My
Next
first one was a warm-up.
I see.
I just realized with presentation, it has to be able to fit in the palm of your hand. So I gave him like the most minuscule, tiny, fit in the palm of my hand.
No, my goodness.
Now for my
I gave him like,
Well,
for
I
my
guess
third,
it's only right for it to not hit then.
perhaps a bit of a wager.
All right.
Double or nothing. But if I throw this
that
kernel,
was my knife. No, not even.
I must hit the kernel with the dagger, and then hit the bullseye with the dagger.
Roll it at disadvantage.
Oh boy.
Hang on. I would like to say, I'm a lucky fella. I'm a lucky boy. And give you inspiration.
Oof. Let's
Give me
see.
Bardic Inspiration, right?
Bardic
So
Inspiration.
D6.
Add a d6.
Because of the Bardic Inspiration.
Let's go.
So you see as Sean tosses this kernel of corn up in the air, and everyone's intently watching. He throws the dagger, it flies, and pierces the corn and hits right next to the other bullseye. On the money. Huh.
Impressive.
That's something.
Performers are you?
I came to find the right people, I suppose.
I see. Well, here's your prize, and tosses you 6 gold.
I
Thank you.
I think you were right in thinking that I'm lucky. I don't know how skilled I am myself. I've
How
really
about
always
yourself?
Been, well, I've more so been a luck charm for others.
Would you like
may
to
have-
try?
I could give it. I could give it a go. I step up forward, and then like, is there like it's like behind a booth? I start climbing up.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Here we go. I pull out one of my daggers, I guess. Give it a shot. Natural 20 with a plus. I don't even know.
Whoa.
Plus like 6.
Oh.
I'm just testing your dice rolls,
Still
guys.
plus 4.
This
Plus
is
4.
annoying.
Great.
Hits right on the money. Quite lucky, are you?
You've just got a game that's built to build people's confidence, haven't you?
Very
You're
well.
a great man.
Try again.
I'll give it another go. I do have one more. Pull out my other dagger and let's see what I got here. 9.
9. And it doesn't quite stick and falls to the ground.
Well, as I say,
One more. And he tosses you a dagger.
that's another one. Oh,
I'm gonna
thanks.
reach
Hey,
over,
thanks.
grab his shoulder, and be like, "You got this, Blarney." And Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, let's go.
It's just Bardic inspiration all around here.
Support class for life, baby.
You know, that almost felt like home. And I wind up again, stretch my arms a little bit. That's really man, even if a 1 would have been better for me. Let's see. That comes out to another 9.
Another 9.
Yeah.
And gloop. And it hits again, doesn't stick, falls to the ground.
Well, I appreciate your confidences anyway.
Huh.
Before
I suppose
it
I should have quit
hits,
while I was ahead.
would I be able to mage hand the dagger in the air to hit the target? Would that? I don't know if that would work with the game that you're playing or anything. I know you already said it hits and falls, but
Can I throw in a secondary question really
What's
fast?
that?
Like, in this world, is Mage Hand visible or invisible? I'm always unclear about it.
I would say it's visible. Yes.
So it's described as spectral, but it doesn't say if it's like.
Always, yeah. When it comes to like spectral creatures, spectral things, I've always
Like
Imagine it kind of like how a
there.
ghost would like
a ghostly kind of figure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I would do that and try to cause a distraction maybe at the same time.
How?
Again,
Explain.
Knock something over that's next to the area, whether it be a barrel or something right before he throws.
Okay.
Again, if this is too late, that's fine.
I think it would be too late.
Okay.
Because that would be the help action.
Okay.
Help action, give him an advantage, so on and so
Yeah.
forth.
Okay.
Plus, it would be a lot of rolls like stealth and sleight of hand.
I'm here for it.
Fair enough.
Persuasion or deception and so on and so forth. But anyways, he goes, you guys are quite the bunch, aren't you?
A bunch, a bundle, a band, whatever you call it. I like
here for the
side
money.
eye.
You see, he's still looking at you.
Well, thanks for the 6 gold. I think I'd go back to my
Stay
spot
for
now.
a second.
I
And you see
really,
he starts shooing away the other people.
I really must go. I'm gonna lose my spot over there, and I've been waiting all morning for it. It's one of the best spots to try to get the most traffic. So I had fun playing your game, and thank you so much. But I must be going.
Meet me inside. You see, he opens this tent, like off to the side of like the booth, and he goes, "The 3 of you."
Do I get anything for my one hit? Or is
Yes, I apologize. And he gives you 3 gold. He was so severely distracted.
Sir, I can't. I really must. I need to make some money.
Jack, meet me inside.
Okay. All right. Just real quick, and I look back at my spot, and is anyone there?
There's nobody really.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go inside. But I'm gonna get angry if I come back. Just kidding.
He brings you guys inside the tent, and you see he like sits down and like behind like this desk that he has there, and says, "Gather close. I know who you are." And he's looking straight at Jack.
From my music that I play.
From your father.
My father.
Yes.
Do you have any ale around here?
He looks around and goes, "Unfortunately not here in my tent."
Okay. Again, I must be going. I gotta go play.
Have you heard of the Abyss?
I mean, yeah. Most people that sail have heard about the Abyss.
Not the myths and rumors about the true Abyss.
Do I?
Roll history, I guess.
7. Okay, 7.
Do you know what happened to your father?
I'm sorry, sir. I think you have me mistaken with somebody else.
No, I don't think I have. I was there. I served under the Hound. For
Who are-
years.
Who are you?
I've already said my name.
No. Where'd you come from?
Well, would you like to know how I lost my hand?
I don't know who this hound is that you're talking about, and I'm not very interested in learning about your hand or this abyss. I think I must be going. Is it hot in here?
Are you looking for your father?
I'm gonna look at them and look at you. And
Would you
say,
prefer to speak alone?
Again, sir, I don't know what you're talking about.
I do feel as though I'm intruding upon something. But if
Are you not a group?
I just met these guys.
Very well.
I'll see myself out.
All right.
I'll just walk outside the tent.
Do you stay?
I'll stay. I'm so intrigued by this.
Of course, Sean Gully is. Do you wish him to stay?
I don't know why they need to leave.
Jackson.
It's Jack, sir.
No.
Jack Taylor.
It's Jackson. I served under Gideon Hydell half my life.
Sean, would you please step out for a minute? Please. For me.
I just met you. Don't I need to know who I'm associating with?
Jack Taylor is all you need to know. Now please leave.
Okay. Just saying this conversation could make for a really great song.
And I will tell you the conversation when we're done.
All right. I'm gonna walk out. What's the space look like? What's the space look like?
His face?
No, the space.
Oh,
Inside
the
tent.
space? I would say like a makeshift, like camping tent, really.
Any
And
place-
it has like a hand-built wooden desk off at the end, and that's pretty much it. Just like some of his paperwork and
Any
everything.
good hiding places?
Not really.
Oh,
Not really.
okay. Okay, I'll leave.
All right.
Tell me what you know. Where is he? Is he alive?
Do you not know anything, Jackson?
I was left at port when he went on his last voyage. I knew who he works for. I knew the ship he was on. I don't really know the heading, but I've been searching for him since... Well, it's been about 10 years now.
It has been quite a time. I retired from piracy for the last 10 years as well. You see, I was there on that voyage.
How did you make it out? Is he alive?
She let me go.
She?
Yes,
So you made it there.
we made it into the abyss, yes.
And she picked you as the one survivor.
Correct. But I'm sorry to say, everything else was devoured.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And then you see my eyes get a little red.
And so he pulls
You're a
out...
liar.
He pulls out a medallion that has your family sigil on it.
Snatch it from your hand.
Did he not wear that around his neck?
This doesn't mean he's gone. It means you took it from him before he left. Are you a thief? How did you get that hand stoned?
Hand of
How'd
stone?
you get that hand of stone?
She left me my life, but not every part of me.
Why you?
I don't know. I have to live with the memories.
Take me there.
I would
Take me
not
back.
go back.
Show me on a map.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
Then what do you want to talk about? Why do you want me here? To tell me you saw my father die?
I've heard of you and your voyages trying to find your father. I've heard of the Jackal. I just thought you should know.
I'm gonna look down at the object you gave me. He's really gone?
I'm sorry. But we were almost there. Wherever it was, we were almost there.
So you made it in, but you didn't make it to her?
We
Did-
saw
the sigil from afar. It's not a myth, what people around here talk about. The sigil of the depth is down there, somewhere.
God, what am I gonna do with my life now? I just can't believe it. I can't. He was so strong.
He was, yes.
How come, if you knew him and you knew of me, you didn't come tell me? I watched that ship float away, thinking it would come back, and you never thought to come seek me out. And he was your leader. He was everything.
I decided to lay low. That's why I stayed put here at Mervin's Point. There's a lot of talk around here. I've heard the whispers. It's not quite public, but they seek the sigils. And now that I've seen one firsthand, they must be real.
Well, it seems as if my life has no purpose. But I'm gonna make my father proud. I'm gonna go into the abyss. And I'm gonna find the sigil. And I'm going to reclaim the honor for the name Hydell. You must show me. You must guide me. There must be some information you can give me. Do you have a boat?
I don't. Not for the last 10 years.
Do you know of this ship coming to sea today, or coming to port today?
The Silurian.
What is the purpose of this ship?
It's simply a political stunt. They parade around to show their grand ship and entertain nobles alike. You know, they have no business with folk like us. You are just a pawn to them. Entertainment.
I'm nothing to them. I don't work for them. I barely know anything about them, but if I can just maybe get on it and take one of the little lifeboats, and maybe I can get close
and sail to the abyss on a canoe.
From what you're telling me, there's many rich people aboard, and maybe I can grab some items. And
your father's ship was falling apart the deeper we went. You need something stronger.
So should I take over the ship?
Take over the Silurian. That sounds unreal.
If you know the Hound, and you've heard of the Jackal, I think you can understand that I have the power to make a massacre happen.
A massacre aboard the Silurian.
I'm not a killer. I need to find another way.
So the rumors are true of the Jackal.
Yeah. Yes. My father was the Hound. I'm the Jackal. I don't have a son. The line ends with me. Maybe I've
seen the curse firsthand.
Then you know I can probably handle my own.
You need a crew.
I need a crew and a boat.
You do.
These two guys they're nice and all, but They're not abyss material. You've been there, you've seen it.
I have.
You come with me?
I will not risk my life again. There's no purpose for me to risk my own life again.
And what do you live for?
To make my living.
Playing games?
To survive.
Survive.
I'm done with
Well, aren't
adventure.
you lucky to survive while my father died? What do you suggest I should do?
Well, that destiny is up to you.
I need to make money to get a boat. I need to find a crew.
I've heard the Silurian pays well.
I remember watching the ship sail. I know the direction they left port. If I can just get... I can't go back. Can't go back there. The Pirate King was just using everybody. They'll recognize me.
Well, I'm afraid I must go back to my port, my tent.
Did you say they pay well on the...
They do.
Okay. Okay, I'll get more money, and that maybe if I can get on board that ship somehow. I bet I'm just a poor man, just a busker. I don't have the stature to join such a vessel. Can you get me on?
Me? No, I'm nobody. I've made sure of that.
Don't tell anybody who I am, please.
Your secret is safe with me.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the... What was it again you gave me? The
It was a medallion with your family crests.
I can look back at the medallion. I need a drink. I'll see you around. Maybe.
As you will, Jackson.
Jack.
Jack.
And I'm gonna walk out.
All right.
Are we even still out there, or are we just vibing somewhere?
My dad's
What
dead.
were you guys up
What
to?
did we get up to?
So, I was trying to listen in, but I would say to no avail.
Your rolls were terrible, I see.
I'll say I was probably like disadvantaged. Like, Sean, you shouldn't do that. We agreed to walk out.
I'm gonna storm out of the tent and go straight to a tavern. Where's the local tavern?
You see that there is a booth for wine tasting. All the nobles are gathered around there.
Hey,
Okay,
hey,
I'll have to guess.
But it
Hey.
seems like everybody is kind of closed shop for this event.
Okay, where's that? Where should I go?
hey, Jackson.
I'm gonna walk straight and
Hey,
ignore you
Jackson. Jackson. Hey,
Hello?
Jackson.
Where am I going? Where's my guy going?
Hey,
Where's your guy going?
just walking away.
You
Is he just?
I think maybe he had a hard
Could go
time
all
in
the
there.
way to the
He didn't
east
seem
over
very
here.
comfortable.
He promised me he would tell me.
Maybe he got
area
beat
here.
up.
Is he what?
Maybe he got beat
There.
up in there, and he's
There's
like,
a tent there. It's
Doesn't
just
look
not
good.
really
maybe
there.
He feels
Okay.
bullied.
And I'm gonna go over there and
I want to follow.
put a piece of gold down and grab some wine.
All right, and you grab a piece of wine, and you do see the nobles kind of look down on you as you walk by. Sean,
Hey.
are you following him?
Jackson. Jackson. Hey,
What?
Jackson.
Jackson? Who's this Jackson? My name is Jack.
Yeah, well, that's not what he called you in there.
He's a crazy man. He's a fool.
Okay. Then why would you want to be alone with a crazy man?
To figure out if he's crazy or not, and I did. He's crazy.
Okay, well then if he's crazy, you wouldn't care to tell me every waking detail of your conversation. I whip out my notebook.
Drop it. You guys go start a band somewhere else.
Feisty.
Just learned my dad died.
Yeah.
Of course I'm a little feisty.
I've been nothing but good to you. I've done nothing but open up my heart and soul to... Blarney!
I really don't want to be part of this. So I started to cleave there.
I
really don't want to be part of
my
this.
heart and soul to you. And yet, you continue to keep your walls up.
I think there's a chance, maybe.
Hey,
Just
no,
in
but
fairness,
what
you're
gives,
being a tad
though?
pushy.
What gives?
Who you talking, him or me?
I'm talking to you.
Oh. Just gonna drink my wine and not respond.
Well, that's... It's okay. We don't have to be this kind of this band. I think maybe we pushed it. We played a good show, and I'm glad to have done it with you. But perhaps this is where we part ways.
Wait. You guys want to go on an adventure? You want to join a voyage?
That's what I've
Write
been...
songs of high tales and heroes and...
And
More than
small
anything.
town villages on the other side of the mountainside, yes.
Yeah, well, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready. Let's find a boat. Let's find a boat. Let's get some money. Don't ask where we're going. It doesn't matter. I promise you it'll be nothing short of extravagant.
Suddenly you hear,
They don't call me short of extravagant for nothing.
and you see people start gathering around at the balconies of the Crescent Quay. Everyone is very excited. They're getting louder by the second. At this point, the sun is directly above you. It's been quite a morning. We're in the afternoon point. And the festival is continuing like a song. Everybody's having fun and eating food, and although you guys are having a different situation here.
Perhaps they're choosing. This could be our chance. Come on, boys, come on. And girl.
She's right next to me.
The crowds continue spilling into the square. It's getting more and more crowded by the second. You see that Harpy comes and grabs your hand because there's just way too many people crowding towards that balcony. They're all flushed with happiness and dazzled by the performances going on. And seems like for a day, Mervin's Point has become a stage for the world to see. People from all over seem to have gathered here at Mervin's Point. And then the bell strikes again. From the Starwake spire, it cuts through the noise. And that single resonant note stirs up the crowd even further. Heads turn towards that horizon. The salt spray glints in the fading light. And far beyond the white caps, a shadow rises.
And far beyond where the shadow is?
The white caps of the water waves.
Tall sails crest in silver against the sky in the shape of a ship. It's vast, it's elegant, unmistakable. It is probably the most beautiful ship you've ever seen. And it breaks the line of the sea and heaven. It just seems to be taller than everything nearby.
I'm like nudging Jack, but it's at his calf.
And as it sails in,
It's beautiful.
whispers start rippling like a tide through the crowd, and you hear like, "Hey, it's the Silurian. It's finally here. It's the Silurian." And roll perception check if you want.
For like hearing stuff?
Seeing things.
So, I would say I'm too short.
No,
to
I'm
say
okay being
anything,
short. Yeah, I'm okay ignoring you.
Okay.
Because I rolled a 2.
A nat 1? Okay. So
I
all you
rolled a
see
nat
is
1
just
too.
nice. All you see is just the gathering of people crowding the area. And then the bell tolls a third time. When the bell finally tolls, the crowd goes quiet. And the jewel of the deep tides draws ever closer. And as they anchor down, and a bridge from the northern part of the Crescent Quay comes down and connects to the ship, that is where we're going to end our session.
Nice.
Whoa. Oh, man.
Ready
Alright.
for your voyage upon the Silurian.
That was really fun. I like playing bards. This is awesome. This is
Yeah,
great.
this has been fun. You are seeing a aspect of my character that I didn't expect to
show
show
right away,
at
yeah,
all.
They got
Supposed to
right
be
into
all
it.
quiet and shy, but obviously learning that your father passed away and your whole entire idea of what you're doing for your future is now completely switched. It's kind of a lot on anybody. So, yeah.
So very well.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Do you guys have any plans on what your characters might want to do aboard the ship of the Silurian?
Aren't we gonna be? Don't we have to be invited?
If you get invited, of course. But you did hear that the Lord of Mervin's Point was going to put in a very good word for you.
Yeah.
So at least you have a leg up in that. That does not mean you might not have to compete to get in. And Lyra has her eyes on all three of you.
So are you saying we're gonna have to make a
she's gotta
song
stop.
to present to these people for like an audition kind of thing?
Maybe.
So you're saying next week we might have to make a song and sing a song live on stream to audition to get on this boat?
Maybe.
Next
Huh, that would be
time on
crazy.
Dragon.
Maybe. And that is the beginning of what is going to be an insanely epic adventure that your characters as bards are not imagining is going to be. Yeah, at this point, let's transition over to our divine inspiration.
Yes. Yes.
Hey!
All right, so for those of you guys who haven't always watched the show, that we always do a devotional afterwards, and I believe Nick has picked today.
I haven't picked it, but Manny picked it. I will read it.
Oh,
Today we're
Manny,
going to
okay.
discuss the parable of the Good Samaritan.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So, if you'd like to follow along, Luke chapter 10, verse 25 through 37.
Nice.
It's actually a decent amount here. Phew. On one occasion, an expert in the law stood up to test Jesus. "Teacher," he asked, "what must I do to inherit eternal life?" "What is written in the law?" he replied. "How do you read it?" He answered, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength, and with all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." "You have answered correctly," Jesus replied. "Do this and you will live." But he wanted to justify himself, so he asked Jesus, "And who is my neighbor?" In reply, Jesus said, "A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho when he was attacked by robbers. They stripped him of his clothes, beat him, and went away, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down the same road, and when he saw the man, he passed by on the other side. So too, a Levite, when he came to the place and saw him, he passed by on the other side. But a Samaritan, as he traveled, came where the man was, and when he saw him, he took pity on him. He went to him and bandaged his wounds, pouring in oil and wine. Then he put the man on his own donkey, brought him to an inn and took care of him. The next day he took out 2 denarii and gave them to the innkeeper. "Look after him," he said, "and when I return, I will reimburse you for any extra expense you may have." Which of these 3 do you think was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of robbers? The expert in law replied, "The one who had mercy on him." Jesus told him, "Go and do likewise."
What made that call out to you?
I feel like I'm actually looking up here the purpose of why it's a Levite and a Samaritan. And I think I know the answer, but I'm just confirming.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just fill the air then. In the meantime,
Fill the air, yeah.
I caught in the middle of that I believe so this is a man of the law. I think that would have been a Sadducee that was questioning Jesus, and when Jesus asked, what he should do, he answered, right? Maybe I have to reread that. He's the one that answered.
Jesus
to love.
answered.
Oh no, Jesus is the one that said to love. Oh yeah, and then he said, "I do those things." Right? Is it, okay. Yeah, I gotta pay more attention. I was still looking for the verse. Well, in any case, this was one example of Jesus laying down his overview of the 10 Commandments, which we had viewed for the last 10 weeks before this. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. That I don't know if that you even did that on purpose, right?
So
it just happened that
I feel like, because we were talking on our chat, on our group chat, and we were saying, we really liked having a series, right? Yeah. Instead of just, which occasionally we'll just bring a random Devo, right, that called to us and we can talk about. Yeah. But I believe it was David that brought up, he goes, why don't we do a series on parables? And for some reason, out of all the parables, the Good Samaritan just called to me. Okay. And honestly, growing up in church, I've heard this story hundreds of times, right? The Good Samaritan, be nice to your neighbor, blah, blah, blah. But reading through it now, and obviously confirming what I already knew, but I wanted to actually speak truth, not what I thought was true.
Right.
It relates to now so much with everything that we're going through. Just literally in America, in the world, everywhere. So the people that don't know, right? Why do they call out where they're from, right? The Good Samaritan. Who cares that he's from Samaria? Who cares, right? And so what's important to understand is a Levite was a member of the tribe of Levi, right? A respected religious class in Jewish society, responsible for supporting the priests in the temple. While a Samaritan was a person from the territory of Samaria, considered an ethnic and religious outsider and despised by the Jews. Despised by the Jews. So it says the parable highlights the religious and ethnic divide, contrasting the Levite's inaction with the unexpected compassion shown by the despised Samaritan to a wounded Jew. Right? And so it kind of gets you thinking. I mean, we haven't really talked in 2 weeks, right? Yeah. With you guys watching, and it's been a crazy 2 weeks, guys.
I'm so sorry that we stopped there. This is what happens to the world when we stop.
Bro, right? The show, bro. We stop Divine Inspiration.
And we look away for 2 weeks, and look at how everybody.
Where you're talking about living for Christ and the 10 Commandments, we stop. And look what happens to the world.
That's terrifying.
No, seriously. I mean, I've seen more than I ever wanted to see in my life these last 2 weeks, with, the woman in Charleston, the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and all this stuff. I mean, I actually couldn't even watch it. I watched a Discord between 2 people that worked together at a motel where one beheaded the other because of an argument.
Jeez.
It's what evil is going on, right? Over disagreements.
Yep.
Over disagreements.
Yeah.
Right? And so, again, I don't know why the Good Samaritan called, right, to my idea. That was not my purpose, to be honest. It was not my purpose. I was just like, for some reason, this is like the parable that's in my head. Yeah. I'm just going to put it in the chat. Let's talk about the Good Samaritan. But like reading through, it's like, this was a pinnacle of disagreement. Mm-hmm. A pinnacle of disagreement between the Levites and the Samaritans.
Okay, yeah.
Right? And Jesus instructing, right, that we should be like the Samaritan who is looked as terrible in the eyes of these religious people and like all these things. To be like the Samaritan who showed compassion for the quote-unquote enemy, right, that we've built in our heads, really. Because at the end of the day, we're all God's children. We're all God's people.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter where you're from or what you believe or like politics or whatever is ingrained, I think, into our lives. Like at the end of the day, like Jesus is the one that is calling us to love our neighbor, period. And so, like, literally just reading now is when I'm like, whoa. This is, I think, why right now it's a parable that I think is grazed over because we've heard it so many times growing up in church. Yeah. But, like, I think it's a good reminder of an instruction from God to just have compassion.
Yeah.
Have compassion for your neighbor.
I feel like it lays out the framework of how we're supposed to interact with other people.
Yeah.
And also not to just let it be words, but be actions.
Yes.
If you look at what the Samaritan did, he took it upon himself to take care of him physically and financially. Right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
at a sacrifice to himself, he cared for his neighbor who most likely hated him.
Yeah.
Right? And there was a level of vitriol there. So it lays out the framework of how we are supposed to step above that hatred, regardless if somebody else were to hate us or if the masses were trying to convince us to hate them. And it actually aligns perfectly with one of the verses that has been said a million times throughout these last 2 weeks, which is that our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So again, regardless of the things that anybody has done to you, we are told to treat them as such. And you know, the last 2 weeks again has been sobering in the sense that sometimes you won't be met with the same level of compassion. If you were to go out and speak truth to people, you aren't always met with the same level of compassion, even if you love them and you try to help them, even to the point of death. But for us, to die is gain, so that's why we do everything that we can to live like this, like the Samaritan, the way that Jesus is speaking. And regardless of however else somebody acts towards us, we have to keep that same mentality to continue being the Samaritan.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah. I love that it breaks everything down pretty much to creation. Like, we're all God's creation. And like you said, no matter the beliefs, no matter the ethnicity, like, to not care for... a weird parallel would be like the whole idea of... if something were to threaten the world itself, you would see the world come together, because that's when they realize that we're not our enemies. Like, there is a bigger enemy. So, as you were saying, the people that think differently than us, that look differently than us, they're still God's children. We should love them. We should care for them. We should pray for them. And understanding who the real enemy is crucial in that equation.
Correct.
Totally.
And in these days, when you go and you get into fights with other people, because that's what a lot of people are doing with each other. They're fighting based off of disagreements. Go back to this verse and ask yourself if you are truly living like Jesus in a time where the wheat and the wheat are being completely separated. That's what we need to constantly think of is, am I doing everything in my power to live like Jesus in these times of vitriol?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, I think that's just what we're called to do. Is at the end of the day, reflect Jesus to the public. No matter what. Like, I think, I don't remember who it was that said it, but yeah, I mean, think about it from the Samaritan's eyes, right? Like, he knew he was despised by the Jews. And in fact, it was 2 Jews that passed the Levite. It was a priest, right? And I mean, and this is like religious stature at this point, right? Like, it was a priest and another Levite, like his own people, literally his own people. And the Samaritan, like, just imagine what was going on in the Samaritan's mind, where he's like, I don't know if I don't know what's going to happen to me if I help this Levite. You know what I mean? Like, this is not good here. Like, this relationship is not great, right? But nevertheless, to go out of your comfort zone and love your neighbor truly. This means, I mean, let's bring it to today. This means on Facebook.
Yep.
This means in the street.
In the workplace.
Right? People that...
In the church.
In the church, in the workplace, people that you would assume would react negatively to you, right? You still have the calling from God to love them and to have compassion and just to be kind and care for them if they're in need, and just to follow that calling that Jesus gave us.
Yep.
I think there's a really pressing part going on here. Now we don't know necessarily that the Samaritan was like not, let's say, a follower of Christ, but
sure.
But the assumption, right, is that we've got these people that do belong to the people to the chosen people, right? We've got a priest and a Levite. I guess what kind of calls out to me here is just like what you don't want to see, especially in a time of pain, right? Like our world right now is the Levite who got thrown into the ditch. That's just like, that's the world to me right now. That's what I'm saying. That's like, I don't know. It's just like what I see as I look around. I don't even put it on one like specific person or people group. It's just like, I see a world in pain. And if we, the priests and Levites of right, the representatives of God in the world, pass it by and let ourselves be outdone by, let's say, unbelievers, a big portion of this that's not exactly the main point of the story, but is that there's like shame on that priest and that Levite, right? That walked past him.
100%.
We should, if we're going to be, the priest of this earth, like, be that, show it, be somebody who goes around healing, because everybody is. Not a lot of people are looking for that this month. There's a lot of people who are looking for, it wouldn't be exactly the same as this story, but what I see is priests and Levites walking by the Levite in the ditch and just saying, "Who did this to you? Let's go kill some people, right? Let's just go out there and find them. Let's just do harm." And that's not even in the story. That's like, I don't know if it's better or worse. It's not good.
And the Bible says, "Revenge is mine."
Right,
says
exactly.
the Lord. Like, it's really not our calling to seek justice over the, you know what I mean? Like revenge, right? When Christ says, "Just seek me, rest in me, and I will give you rest, but I will also be a just God."
Yeah. I think what is kind of an overarching point here is he said, "Who's my neighbor?" Right? Like who do I really have to look out for? And the point is,
Everybody.
Even your enemies. Yeah,
everybody.
It's everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's your neighbor. You can't. Just look out for each other, guys. Like it's tough out there right now.
Yeah.
That's my prayer for us.
Well, that was unexpectedly fitting and amazing. But anybody have any final points on this verse, this passage? I think we pretty much covered it. So just remember, guys, to love your neighbor and to be like Jesus, ultimately, and even your enemy have compassion, understanding, and just love towards them, and not the feeling love, but the choice, the action of love.
Amen.
That Jesus calls for us. So in that regard, we love you guys. We thank you guys for hanging out with us, having this Devo with us, and watching us play the very, very beginning of this adventure. We'll see what happens next week on the great sea song, Divine Inspiration.
Stick with us.
We're playing us out. We're playing us out. We love you guys. This is turning into a thing. This is so good. What have we started? Hey, until next week.
Bye-bye. Amen.